With all eyes on the new console generation, some of us are gazing deeply into the abyss that is Scorn, the first-person nightmare by Ebb Software. This first-person nightmare by Ebb Software has taken 6 years, 2 Kickstarter campaigns, and 1 delay to fully gestate into a game primed for PC and Xbox Series X. What slimy, pulsating horrors await us come 2021? Before we go any further, please be sure to hit the like button as it truly helps out the video. And if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe and also hit the bell notification icon as well. So as soon as a new video goes live, you will certainly be notified. All right, thank you so much. Let's jump right in. As Ebb Software puts it, Scorn is set in the nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry, where the unsettling environment is a character itself. It's hard not to see why. The design takes inspiration from the likes of H.R. Giger and other artists of this kind, famed for their surreal landscapes and haunting depictions of human bodies. They provoke curiosity in the same way that Scorn hopes to nudge players onward, poking and prodding to see what, how, and why. Scorn Game director has told Shacknews that they didn't set out to emulate Giger, but that the art style encapsulated themes of an ever-intertwining world of man and technology exalted by exotic desire. The concept art and trailer certainly prove it. Oozing phallic structures, halls of steamy viscera, slick webs of veins, and all that squelching from terminals, doors, and other interactive elements. Unsurprisingly, the whole thing is built on Unreal Engine 4. According to their 2014 Kickstarter, the game was originally designed with VR in mind, but that either seems to be canned or delayed. Of course, as we know, Xbox doesn't have VR. While that campaign failed, the studio stayed afloat through an investor, and eventually returned for a second successful Kickstarter campaign in 2018. At the moment, they're in a much better place financially, under Kowloon Knights, a game investment fund, and they presumably have further support as an Xbox exclusive. Expect the usual combination of puzzle solving, resource management, and combat inherent to survival horrors. Their latest gameplay trailer suggests it's all a slow burn, with the player navigating a maze-like facility with few enemies and 0 jump scares. However, that pacing might be limited to just that area. The developers say that there are different interconnected regions that we can explore in a non-linear fashion. However, combat is where things get visually interesting. It takes the prototypical FPS model of a 6-shot pistol, a triple-barreled shotgun, as well as a implosion grenade launcher. The difference is that we swap between them like fleshly attachments, with the base tool doubling as a spike tendril for terminals and melee finishers. Even the reloading mechanic is unsettling to watch. Yet we don't see a lot of shooting going on. The trailer shows us picking our fights where possible, and the protagonist inevitably runs out of ammo towards the end. Health, ammo, new weapons only come from stations we find throughout the level, so we think there's a good chance of running into enemies or battles where we aren't prepared. The lack of a HUD only heightens that underlying tension. Ultimately, we aren't here to blow everything up, but to figure out what the hell is going on. Ebb Software is staying tight-lipped to stoke mystery, though we do have enough clues to begin speculating. For instance, the facility is clearly designed for humanoids like our protagonists. None of the monsters we've encountered seem capable of handling any of the tools or terminals necessary to navigate it, which means this might be a classic case of being late to the tragedy. But why? Were the humanoids in some form of deep stasis that tragically malfunctioned? Is our protagonist a lone survival of a search and rescue? Or, given the biological themes of the game, it is a combination of the two, that we're an antibody fighting the late stages of a deep and terrible infection. Whatever it is, it takes loads of investigation and community chatter to figure out. Scorn won't have any cutscenes or dialogue, and we're confident that includes things like text and audio logs as well. Unfortunately, there's always the risk that too little information can leave players lost, frustrated, or downright unmotivated. In an older interview with PC Gamer, Scorn Game director says that he isn't interested in telling a plot-driven narrative. Games for me are about interactivity and telling you a story through it. He cites games such as Shadow of the Colossus and Journey as preferred examples. In their Kickstarter campaign, they also name-dropped Metroid Prime, Dark Souls, as well as Ico as influences. Games with high pedigree, for sure, but also with clear direction and well-paced gameplay. Trailers aren't fully representative, especially for games, but it seems that the setting might be Scorn's biggest selling point for now. We're hoping to be proven wrong, of course, and that Ebb Software can string us along for whatever payoff they have in store. And there you have it.